love is all around me, and so the feeling grows.
Hey folks, Crazy Climber 80 here again, and this time we're going to look at game number 4 in our 20 from 1994 series, and this is another versus fighting game. This is for the NEO GEO by SNK, and this is the first sequel in the famed Samurai Showdown series, and this is called Samurai Showdown 2. This is also known as Samurai Spirits 2. Like I said, this was created for the NEO GEO arcade cabinet, and this is one of the best games in the entire Samurai Showdown or Samurai Spirits series. Don't just take my word for it. There's a lot of Samurai Showdown or Spirits fans that really love this game, and I can't blame them. It is very good. The controls are quite similar to the first game, in that there are 4 action buttons. There are 2 slash buttons, A and B. That is kind of a weak slash and a medium slash, but if you press both those buttons together, A and B, then you have the strongest slash. And then C and D are weak and medium kick buttons, but pressed together they make a very strong kick. And of course there is an 8-way joystick. I don't know which all territories around the world called it Samurai Spirits, at least in Japan. But I've only heard of Samurai Showdown in America. And they ditched, I believe, 2 fighters from the first game. But there are a whole lot more fighters to choose from in this game than in the first. In the first it was only like 7 or 8. And in this one, there's 15. And the high score consists not just of your actual score, but how fast you were able to beat enemies. And here the game explains the dynamics of the buttons and what a combination of them does. Each character has a whole lot of different moves to make, and there is a power meter that you can fill up by attacking your opponent. And when it is full, there are special moves that you can make that you otherwise couldn't. And you can actually lay down by double tapping downwards, and if you double tap down forward or backwards, you can do a roll. And I'm going to play with what a lot of fans think is one of the best characters in the game. And that's the Kabuki Master with the spear. That is Kyoshiro. That is the silhouette of the final boss of the game, and it is a female. Very rare for especially fighting games that the final boss is a woman. Sorry, that glitched a little bit because of Bandicam being kind of a turd sometimes. But my first opponent is, what's his name, Genjuro? The backgrounds are really cool in this game. But I like using Kyoshiro because he's got so many moves. He's got anti-air moves, strong ground moves, projectile attacks. It's a very good character to choose. Now, sometimes when you fill up your power meter, then your skin color will change. It'll turn red. And there I got on the top time list. I was able to take out my opponent pretty quick. Yeah, use the 2 slash buttons together, A and B, to create a really strong attack that your opponent might have a hard time recovering from, or it might really cause a lot of damage. Just love the look of this stage, especially. Hear the wind whipping around, and you see the wheat stalks bending, or whatever that is. And you get a bonus for hitting percent and the points that you gained during the battle, and how much time you got left. Yeah, there will be a mirror match, and you can choose an alternate color by pressing, I think, the D button when you select your character. Yeah, I gotta say Kyoshiro's my favorite character. I'm not a seasoned Samurai Showdown or Samurai Spirits player, but I definitely can appreciate a lot of the aesthetics of the game. There is a full power meter move that I didn't do yet. We'll look at that a little bit later. Sometimes maybe the referee or some character moving by in the background will throw out food that will replenish some of your energy if you touch it, or the opponent can do the same. Or they might throw out bombs or something that can damage a player or their opponent. Or they might throw out coins that give bonus points. Speaking of the referee, his name is Kuroko, which is kind of strange because I thought that ko at the end of a name meant female in Japan. Maybe not always. Sometimes there is arterial spraying when you've defeated an opponent. But Kuroko can be played. You can play as Kuroko in this game. You have to use a code. Alright, jumps in and says, horrible atmosphere. There's some weird or bad English in this game. Very noticeable. Here's a new character by the name of Caffeine Nicotine. Funny old guy with a big straw hat and a cane, or some sort of cane or something. He's a funny character. He has funny expressions or sayings or something. I kind of like him, but as far as a practical character goes, I think that Kyoshiro's one of the best, easily. He has spirit animals that he sends after you. Some special attacks you use might exhaust you a little bit, and you might have to stop and catch your breath. Well, that was kind of close. You might see some directions, not just at the bottom, for how to do one of your... Oh, there's my very damaging full power meter only move. Some of the moves can actually break the opponent's weapon. And sometimes, like in the first game, you can have a weapon clash. And both of you might use the same slash attack at the same time. And your weapons will be locked, and you'll have to outmash the buttons. Or outmash your opponent with the buttons in order to more arterial spraying, in order to keep your weapon. Or maybe both opponents will get their weapons knocked out and they'll fall backwards. And to pick it back up, you just press down and I think the A button when you're standing over the weapon. And we have some cutscenes. But yeah, the final boss is a woman. That's not the final boss there. I think they were the final boss from the last game. And now we face Genon. And even though his last name is Shiranui, he is not related to Mai Shiranui of the Fatal Fury series. And Genon has Freddy Krueger-like claws. Would not surprise me if the programmers of the Samurai Showdown games were inspired by Nightmare on Elm Street. I definitely remember seeing this in arcades. Oh, in fact, I almost forgot because I haven't played it in forever. I have this on my Neo Geo arcade cabinet, which doesn't work currently. Maybe someday I'll be able to get it fixed. I've been saying that for a long time, but I know some people who know how to fix arcade machines. Maybe one of these days they'll be able to do so. That would be so awesome. Well, I hope you all have a great week. Don't know how the weather's behaving. I'm getting a little bit of rain, but I'm getting a lot of work done. There's a guy I'm paying a good deal of money to get some major work done for me. Always does a great job. There's not a whole lot of tips that I can give you other than learn your air counter moves. Use those strong slash attacks when you can. And there's Kyoshiro's full power meter move that they're showing it right above the POW meter that's flashing. I love that they show the move that you can do. It's very helpful because if you're trying to remember the moves, they can be very intricate. Yeah, the backgrounds might be my favorite thing about this game. They're wonderful. And here is Haomaru. It's kind of the face of the Samurai Showdown franchise. If your opponent misses with an attack, be sure to make them pay for it. Yeah, there's the weapon clash. When I lost. By this point, it's very, very hard to win a weapon clash, or whatever they call it. Yeah, if you get your weapon knocked out of your hands, then, sorry about that. Bandicam got kind of glitchy again. If you do not have the weapon in your hands, then the A and B buttons will be punch type of attacks. And again, stand right over your weapon and press down, and I think it's A to pick it back up. Lost again. Crap. Yeah, if you don't have the weapon in your hands, then your opponent does have a weapon. You are at a supreme disadvantage. There, I made him pay for missing with his attack. Well. I love how Maru's winning pose. Throws the sword up in the air and just holds out his scabbard or his sheath and catches it just perfectly. Oh yeah, that's very damaging if you can time it just right. It's got a name, I can't remember what it is. Can I beat him? What happened? Oh, they call it double fatality. Dang it, well, it's like a draw. So we gotta fight again. That arterial spraying makes me think of the old Lone Wolf and Cub series. Pretty cool. It's early 70s, I think. I watched it a long time ago with my friend, and we thought it was pretty cool. There's a lot of those older samurai type of Japanese shows that are really, really pretty sweet. There's one called, I can't remember, it was called Ninja Warriors or something, or something like that. That was pretty cool too. Early 80s, I think. Something really fascinating about the old feudal era of Japan. Oh well. Well, I don't continue here, but we will look at the remainder of the enemies that I will fight. And if you do a playthrough, there are 3 enemies that you do not have to face. And I'll do a playthrough, and then we'll look at the 3 enemies that I didn't fight. Samurai Showdown 2. A marked improvement over the first game. Not that the first game was bad by any means. And we're going to finish off Haomaru here. Oh, and I got some coins. Bonus points. I've never watched Kabuki theater. Definitely colorful. Interesting, vibrant costumes. We will look at me beating the rest of the opponents with infinite energy cheat. And at some point I probably put on infinite power meter 2 cheat. Swobu. Yeah, I have this for my Neo Geo arcade cabinet. It's a 4-slot. And I have, I think in total, about 18 games. I also have one of the SNK versus Chaos or something games, one of the King of Fighter ones from the 2000s. Let's see. Fatal Fury Special. Number of other ones. Real Bout Fatal Fury Special, that's one of my favorites. Neo Dodgeball. Neo Turf Masters, that's one of my favorites. Great game of golf. And here's Ukyo, which I think is supposed to be a woman's name, but it's a man, and he never faces you until he slashes you, or almost never faces you until he slashes you. Very quiet warrior. One of my favorites of his moves that I think he does in this game as well as the first one was when he like throws an apple and slices it into a million pieces while slashing at you at the same time. But yeah, we'll look at we'll just look at snippets of the remainders of the enemies. I'm not going to do a full playthrough just because I don't want to spend all that time. Sometimes you will cut the opponent in half with the final move, and you'll see their body slide off in half. It's not super gory. I mean, you'll see arterial spray, but you won't see like their intestines fall out or anything. And sometimes you'll see their body be carried off. And there's the American ninja, Gelford. Some of the enemies have a pet or an assistant that can attack you, and Gelford has his dog named Poppy. And Poppy is female, and she ends up having babies in the series. Sometimes there will be objects that you can break or slice in half, like this container of apples. And sometimes Gelford will turn into a log of wood or a stump, and then he'll reappear somewhere else. And there he sent Poppy after me. I don't think you can... I like the shark in the background. Just such great backgrounds. These are some of the most awesome backgrounds I can remember seeing in Neo Geo games. And this is a new character called Cham Cham, and she is the sister of Tam Tam, who is not in this game. She has a giant boomerang, and she also has an animal assistant, a chimpanzee. The monkey's funny. She has a number of claw attacks. She's incredibly fast and nimble. Yeah, life up food, bombs or other weapons that something in the background might throw in, or coins for bonus points. What's your favorite character to use in this game? I'd imagine a lot of people still like using Kyoshiro. But yeah, the characters are Gelford, Seeger, Kyoshiro, Haomaru, Genjuro, Hanzo, the ninja here, Charlotte, and Wanfu, and then Genon, Nakoruru, Jubei, Ukyo, Cham Cham, Earthquake, and Nicotine. His name is Caffeine Nicotine. It's silly. I love that move. It can be super damaging, and even if your opponent blocks it, they will take some damage for sure. I just dig these backgrounds. They are so cool. We will look at the end of the video, or towards the end of the video, how to play as Kuroko, the referee, or how to play against him. I'm assuming it's a guy, even with a name like Kuroko, which ends with ko, and again, that's usually a female suffix in Japan. I've never been to Japan. I'm just going off of what I've read. I've got a number of books on Japanese language, and if I really applied myself, I could know a lot more than I do. And this is Wanfu, and he's got a pillar that he uses against you. 2-1 foo. Thanks for everything, Julie Newmar. And here's another weapon clash. Ooh, I won one. Try to put the hurt on the enemy before they can pick their weapon back up. Now, he's got a number of like wrestling type of moves that he can do. I do love that they show a move that you can use when your power meter is full. Right underneath the power meter, it says the move to make. And yeah, that's the boss from the last game, I believe. And she is the boss, and her name is what was it? Miku or something? We'll see her in a little bit. There's Earthquake, the big fat guy with a kurigama, or I can't remember what it's called, but a scythe and a chain. And I think he trained with, was it Galford at one point? He ended up being a bad guy. But yeah, I'm using infinite energy here. Your power meter will not stay full for super long. And yeah, Earthquake still has his fart attack. I remember the first time I saw that, I just about died with laughter. And he can breathe fire too. We'll just scoot forward. Yeah, we're not gonna do a full playthrough. Yeah, the English in this game is pretty bad. Which, if you're a follower of the Samurai Showdown series or Samurai Spirits series, which game is your favorite in the series? I'd imagine a lot of people really like this one. What they say, Mizuki? Yeah, this is the final boss. And she is possessed by an evil spirit. She's not actually normally bad. She's got some cool hell type of attacks. And she can send like zombies from hell to reach up and grab your legs and pull you under for a short time. She's got great reach with her weapon. And she has like a hellhound, which is kind of like an evil version of Poppy. And it can, I think it can, either it or some magic spell or something. Yeah, it can turn you into a pig if it connects. And there I got pulled into hell for just a moment. We're just gonna scoot forward to some highlights. And there I'm a pig, yep. It doesn't last long, the spell, fortunately, but it is pretty funny. Yep, turn into a pig again. We'll just go forward to me winning. This time right out, it couldn't quite beat her, or, KO her. I like that there's a bunch of Kurokos in the background and they all applaud you. Guess we didn't get English text there. But at any rate, she comes to her senses. And I think Kyoshiro offers to have her join his kabuki theater troupe. Well, that is Samurai Showdown 2, and again, after this is over, we will look at the opponents that I did not yet face, which were Nakoruru, Jubei, and Charlotte. They were all in the first game. But yeah, that's a pretty nice amount of characters you can choose from. 15 in this game. She is wearing a Shrine Maiden type of outfit. And she's got one of those paper charm things on a wand. I find a lot of aspects of Japanese culture pretty fascinating. Some of it's not great, some of it's kind of weird. I always thought it would be kind of cool to visit Japan someday. Maybe one of these days. Maybe she's falling in love with Kyoshiro. I guess she's okay with his hyper personality. And we're not going to look at all of the credits of Samurai Showdown 2 or Samurai Spirits 2 because it takes way too damn long. I will, at one point, I will speed up through the rest. One thing to notice that there were no bonus rounds in this game. I love that pose. The first game had bonus rounds. This one does not. And, you know, I don't really think it needed any. It was long enough as it was, but, you know, having to play through 12, not 15 characters. Yeah, we'll speed up here. Yeah, Galford falls in love with Nakoruru, but she does not reciprocate. But they are friends. Yeah, again, I just needed to speed up because this would just take too long. I mean, I guess I could have just not shown the ending, but I just wanted you to see the various poses or something by each character. That is Samurai Showdown 2, or Samurai Spirits, for the NEO GEO arcade cabinet created by SNK. Big fat earthquake munching on a chicken leg. But before we get to how to play as Kuroko or Charlotte, we will see me fight Charlotte, Nakoruru, and Jubei. But there are codes to play as Kuroko or Kuroko. I keep wanting to not call it Kuroko because again that's usually a female suffix in Japan. Ko. I'll show you how to play as him and how to play versus him. Yeah, Kuroko has some cool moves, and they're they're a ripoff of other games in the SNK library. Fatal Fury and Art of Fighting in particular. And we'll look at that later on, like I said. And Galapagos team, I think it was, is a SNK division. They worked on this game. There's Charlotte. Probably inspired by Joan of Arc, but she has blonde hair here. I think Joan of Arc's hair was black. We'll basically look at some of her stronger moves. I like that she kind of draws a shape with her strikes. That one's pretty cool. Yeah, we'll just look at snippets. That was kind of cool. We'll just look at snippets of the remainder of the characters that I did not play against up till now. There's Jubei. I love Jubei's setting where you can slash the bamboo trees. I don't know a whole lot about the history of the different characters, their backgrounds and such. Yeah, with your special moves, if you press both of the attack buttons together, like slash A and B, then your special move will be stronger. And next we'll look at Nakoruru. And she is kind of like a Native American in Japan. She's one with nature, and she's got her pet. Is that an eagle? Eagle hawk or falcon, some predatory bird, and she can send it after you, or have it pick her up, and she'll drop at you from above for a special attack. Yeah, learning to time that attack is pretty important for Kyoshiro, taking out your opponent trying to jump at you. And now we're going to look at how to play as Kuroko the referee. Follow those directions. You gotta play in two-player mode. At the character select screen, press up, down, left, up, down, right, and A. You can play as Kuroko the referee, and I think you can do a full playthrough with him. And to play versus him, it's much harder. You can't lose any first round in the 6th, 8th, or 10th match, and in at least one second round you must win with 20 seconds or less with a weapon break attack. Yeah, I think each character has a special weapon break attack that they can do. And here's a little bit of Kuroko's special moves. It's fond of the sake. And again, a number of his moves are based on other SNK games of the time. Art of Fighting, and there's a Fatal Fury special. Very funny. And Kuroko changes color when he's got Well, maybe his PAL meter isn't full, but he turned red. I'll just show you a little bit of Kuroko's moves. I don't know that a whole lot about Kuroko's history is explained much in the Samurai Showdown series, and that was the desperation move of either Kim Kapwan or Ryo Sakazaki. But yeah, if you play one player versus two player, it's only going to be for one match. And yeah, I think you can do a full playthrough with Kuroko. And see, it says continue. That's if player 2 wants to play again. Otherwise, Kuroko gets to keep on playing. Ouch. Well, that was Samurai Showdown 2 by SNK in 1994, game number 4 in our 20 from 1994 series. Well, this is Crazy Clever Racing. Thanks for watching, and I hope you join me soon for game number 3. Bye-bye, folks.